Terrence Daryl Kelly, 36 years old. This is the man that took Cleo. Now, apparently this guy has some sort of doll obsession, Bratz doll obsession, and his room was just full of dolls everywhere. It's as if this is from a movie, but it's real life. And they say that supposedly there were questions about this guy wanting a real life doll, like a real in-person type of doll.
But there's also word tonight of a chilling new lead in the investigation. Kelly obsessed with dolls, collecting them, playing with them, with questions now on whether he wanted a real-life version.
This is pretty alarming. I mean, thankfully Cleo's fine and alive, because it could have been so much worse. But there's people out there like this, I'm sure. I mean, I never heard of something like this before. Maybe you guys can comment down below if you know of any other stories or obsessions with these dolls with grown adults where they want to eventually make it into a real life thing, if that's what happened here. But there's also some audio that Channel 7 News in Australia released.
I've got it.
Hey, Bobby.
Bring the camera in.
Come here. Come here. I've got you, Bobby.
What's your name?
You're alright.
What's your name? What's your name, sweetheart?
My name is Cleo.
Your name is
You're alright,
Cleo.
Bobby.
Hello, Cleo.
With regards to the hospital situation they're talking about, they're saying that this guy's been taken to the hospital twice. Now, they're saying it was self-inflicted, though I did read from this article, I don't know how credible it is, Daily Star Post, where they're claiming that somebody over there found out what he did with Cleo and somebody actually injured him, and then he hurt himself. But the police are claiming that he's injured himself twice, which I would think, why don't they restrain him? Or I don't know what their procedure is over there.
He's gone off to hospital. He's gone off to hospital again this morning.
36-year-old Terrence Kelly, twice hospitalised in 24 hours. Police claim from self-inflicted injuries. The interviews delayed.
We've got to make sure we give them the best opportunity to answer our questions.
There's also some CCTV footage that was released by 7 News showing the night where Kelly was arrested, pulled over, several police cars. It's reported that Kelly appeared in court today with his hair down. He was barefoot and he was kind of going off a couple of times. At one point, he screamed, "I'm coming for you," but nobody was really sure where it was directed. Then he turns to the judge and says, "What the F is the media doing here?" as he looks at the media in the gallery. And the magistrate responds, "It's an open court." This is Cleo seen with her family, and they were on their way to the police station. She seems really happy. I hear she's doing well. Supposedly they all slept in the same room, and she's been cuddling with her mother. And she's on the way to the police station to recall the events that happened and took place with this guy, Kelly.
You know, to be honest, it's scary. I grew up with him. He grew up with me. We lived together.
This article I thought had some pretty good details, and it states here that Cleo was found in physically good health in the bedroom inside Mr. Kelly's house. The lights were on and she was playing with toys. I think that's about all I want to say. This is still a matter that needs to go before courts. There's certain aspects about what we saw that is going to be evidence, he said. Detectives declined to comment on whether dolls were found inside the house, with the head task force Rhodia superintendent Rode Wild telling journalists he didn't want to go into that, which I think he probably did have this stuff in there. I mean, he's taking these pictures and posted it on social media. It looks like his place. Since his arrest, video has emerged of Mr. Kelly recording himself inside a room filled with dozens of dolls, some still in their packaging. The man also uploaded photos to Facebook in April 2020, taking a doll for a car drive, captioning the post, "I love taking my dolls for drive arounds and doing their hair and taking selfies in public." In another post dated July 2020, Mr. Kelly is pictured wearing a Bratz doll shirt, holding a doll in each hand, commenting, "Nothing beats chilling at home with my Bratz dolls." The Carnarvon Toy World worker said the store had sold several dolls to the man over the years, which they would gift wrap. She did not know when was the last time he had visited the store, but was checking CCTV footage, which went as far back as October 18 to provide the police. We covered the outburst in court, but he is due to appear again in court December 6th. We know that the neighbors described him as a loner, and they said that in the recent days he had been coming and going from the house with groceries. He'd been acting strange, driving his car fast. He has his dog out the front but he had his dog out in the back. But all this week, he had the dog out in the front. So he used to keep the dog in the back. Now the dog's in the front. There was one neighbor that described him as being normal. And then people want to know, how did police find Cleo? According to this article, it says WA Police Acting Commissioner Cole Blanche said mobile phone data and CCTV footage of a car entering Carnarvon the night Cleo vanished led police to raid Mr. Kelly's house. That whole thing too, where they spoke about the car and the tires screeching. It says here, it followed reports from 2 witnesses of a vehicle turning south off the road that leads to the remote Kobala Blowholes campsite where Cleo was snatched around 3 a.m. on October 16. The information acted on from Tuesday night onward starts out really small and quickly snowballs. There were car movements, there were phone movements, the jigsaw fit the puzzle. You guys comment down below, let me know your thoughts about this whole situation with this guy. And we just got to be super careful and cautious. And I mean, even this thing where these parents were sleeping in the same tent, even though there was a divider, I mean, this guy really must have been, I guess, opportunistic. It's still, they say that he has no connection to the family, which to me, it's like, what did he do? Did he decide to just randomly drive to this campsite at 3 something in the morning and decide, let me just go to this tent and just happen to know where the child's at? I don't know, right? I would think that maybe he's been at that campsite before. Maybe he scouted the campsite before. Maybe he was watching or something. There's going to be more that comes out definitely with this story. So thank you so much. Please hit the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Stay tuned for the following updates with the other stories. Peace.